All right. Peace and love, world. Peace and love. You're now rocking to the sounds and vibrations of your boy Malik Kilam, also known as DonKalam.com. And as always, prosperity is your birthright. Check your boy out, man. Check me out. Hey, man. Today was a great day. Got to meet Paul Wall. Y'all know who Paul Wall is, man. He's the one who actually um found Johnny Dang and started a business up with Johnny Dang, with the grills and shit, man. But yeah, much peace and love to everybody. If you don't have me on the Facebook is Ali Malik Kalam Bay. And the Instagram is Don underscore Kalam, DON underscore KILAM. The Facebook is Ali Malik Kalam Bay, ALI Malik MALIK, Kalam KILAM Bay, BEY. All right. And as always, just look me up, Don Kalam, on the YouTube, DonKalam.com, and spelled out DOTCOM. But much peace and love. I just want to thank everybody, first and foremost, for rocking with your boy, Don Kalam, for rocking with me for so long, making me relevant out here in the world, helping me obtain my goals and visions and staying focused on everything it is I want to accomplish in life, all right? Making my dreams come true. So I appreciate that. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate everybody making me relevant out here in this game. You feel me? I give thanks to my ancestors who paved the way for me being here today, and everybody in the game that showed me the way that I learned from too. My mentors. You follow me? Past, present, and the people that I'm gonna learn from in the future. But as always, I'm not a licensed attorney or tax expert. Okay? I do this for educational and informational purposes only. But if you find this information of value, leave a donation via Cash App Secured Party Credit. All right, that's Secured Party Credit, SECURED Party PARTY Credit, CREDIT. Secured Party Credit on the Cash App. All right. Um, and if you want the stuff that I'm gonna be going over, make sure you drop a donation in the Cash App, at least $10, and put your email address in the memo box, and I'll make sure that you get this the templates and information that I'm gonna be going over tonight. The color law discussion, man. Much peace and love. My classes begin back up. They start December, first week of December. So you can look in the description box on if you're on the YouTube or the Facebook or whatever, man, and it's gonna be there on or you just text classes or membership to 407-274-5161 and someone will get to you as soon as possible. But much peace and love, everybody. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Share it with at least 3 people you think will find this valuable in your community. You follow me? You have a community that you rock with, that you talk to. You have your own soul tribe that understands this stuff, or you think will understand this stuff. Send it to them. And make sure you look this stuff up yourself. Just don't take my word for it. Make sure you look it up, okay? Make sure you look everything up. And as I said, all donations help keep this information valuable. But we're gonna go over first. It's important to understand just what the government is. All right, a lot of people need to understand this. what the government is. All right. And I believe it's a holding company. All right. It's like a private holding company. Is the best way to explain it in business terms. All right. But it says it's important to understand what our government is in order to operate effectively in this system, this so-called matrix. Did you know that it is actually a private trust? For explaining how the government is a trust, we will first examine a trust that most of us are familiar with, a deed of trust. You might be saying to yourself, you mean my mortgage? And no, your trust. So when you go pull out your what you think is your mortgage to your house and read it. And what does it say? Is a deed of trust different than a mortgage? So let's find out. The different definition will be used from the Black's Law Dictionary 4th and 6th editions. Trust, an obligation on a person arising out of confidence, reposed in him to apply property faithfully and accordingly to such confidence as being in nature of deposition by which the proprietor transfers to another property or subject entrusted. Not that it should remain with him, but that it should be applied to certain uses for that behoof of third party. That's trust. Truster, a person who creates a trust, also called a settler. Trustee, a person who holds title to the res and administers it for the other's benefit. One must be an attorney to operate a title company. If title companies hold all the titles of the deed of trust in the country, then who holds all the titles? That's right, attorneys. Peace and love, peace and love. Trustee, a person who holds title to the resident and administers it for the other's benefit. All right. Beneficiary, one for whose benefit a trust is created, one receiving benefit or advantage, or one who is in receipt of benefit, profits, or advantage. Settler, one who furnishes the consideration for the creation of a trust, though all right, one for the whose benefit a trust is created, one receiving benefits or advantages, or one who is in receipt of benefits, profits, or advantages. Settler, one who furnishes the consideration for the creation of a trust. Though informed, the trust is created by another. Did you know when you signed the deed of trust that you were given benefits and advantages to the bank who created the deed of trust? The bank did, so why wouldn't the bank draw up the contract for their own advantage if we didn't say anything against it? So mortgage means death pledge. If you follow my other videos, we've already went over that. Now, assignment or conveyance of land or house property to a person as security for the payment of a debt due to him, and the condition that if the money shall be paid according to the contract, the grant shall be void. Most states have passed the Deed of Trust Act, and for the purpose of making it easier to evict people out of their homes by not going into court. Why would they change the name of a mortgage to a deed of trust? Perhaps they are not holding the land or house property as security. Why would the security be then? What would the security be then? So the deed of trust is an instrument as used in many states, taking the place and serving the use of common law mortgage, by which the legal title to real property is placed in one or more trustees to secure the repayment of a sum of money or the performance of those conditions. Instead of having the land be security, the bankers have replaced with legal title to real property. Does this mean a legal description? Can a legal description ever be the land or house property? Since there is no money, what would the performance of other conditions be? Could this be the delivery of the promissory note? Now, grant is bestowed to confer upon someone other than the person or entity which makes the grant. Grantor, the person by whom a grant is made, legal, conforming to the law, according to law, created by law. Description is a written enumeration of items composing an estate or of its conditions or of titles or documents like an inventory, but with more particularly and without involving the idea of an appraisement. The dictionary does not have the term legal description, so a summary of the words would be a written enumeration of items composing an estate created by law. Since law is a fiction, then what actually is a legal description? The legal description, or should I say the straw land, is the birth certificate for the soil, the dirt, the substance that you own. It is the title, but you can never be the real thing or take the place of it, never under any circumstances. So again, I'll say the legal description is like the birth certificate. Follow me? Because this stuff is similar. When you're getting status correction on the private side, it's similar to real estate because you're being considered as property. You came from the soil. You are the original issue. You follow me? So the title, the evidence of right which a person has to the possession of property. The word title certainly does not merely signify the right which a person has to the possession of property, because there are many instances in which a person may have the right to the possession of property and at the same time have no title to the same. So, title does not signify the right to possession. One may have right of possession and have no title to the same. This is why the bank must create a right of possession in order to take your property away when you do not pay. You see, the bank does not have title before this instance. The title company has the title, so the bank must create a title. But first, the bank must create a right of possession. They must notice you by posting a notice on the property, sending you certified mail, putting it in a newspaper, recording it into the public record, and posting it on a public bulletin board. When you do not respond to these notices, it is assumed that you give your consent, and therefore they now have right of possession. Grantor's trust. I hope you're taking notes because I'm giving you these definitions, man. Definitions are important. The vocabulary, conversation runs the nation. All right? Grantor's trust. A trust whereby the grantor is considered to be the owner so that he can maintain the property and pay the taxes on it. Tenant. One who holds land of another. One who has the temporary use and occupation of real property owned by another person called a landlord. The duration and terms of his tenancy being usually fixed by an instrument called a lease. Joint tenancy. An estate in fee simple, fee tail for life, for years, or at all, will arising by purchase or grant to two or more persons. If you sign your deed of trust, your joint tenancy, what did you do? Did you actually sign a lease agreement with the landlord that called themselves the bank? That's exactly what happens. So when you sign this deed of trust or the joint tenancy, you sign a lease agreement with the landlord, but the landlord is now the bank. Okay, you follow me? Here's a quote from a deed of trust. The truster hereby irrevocably grants, conveys, transfers, and assigns to the trustee and trust with power of sale the above described real property together with leases, issues, profits, or income therefrom, subject, however, to the right, power, and authority herein after given to and conferred upon beneficiary to collect and apply with property income. There's way more vocabulary, but I'm gonna skip through it. So, reconveyance. Reconveyance is important. As a creditor of United States and all subcorporations, private and public, you are owed interest for the gold and all property that you loaned them starting on March 9th, 1933. To date, there is no money. In order to start getting your interest back, you must notice your debtors of what you expect them to do and the consequences if they do not comply. This this contains all the everything you will need to register your promissory note that you already have paid the bank, and as a result, you get your house conveyed back to you, or as they term it, a full reconveyance. A notice of reconveyance is for the return of your equity, your house. When you sign the promissory note on your house, the banks have used your note, and now as their settler, you want the equity and the rents back. When doing your promissory note, you create a new document on your and make a signature line just like the one you signed on the note originally, but type your name in upper and lower letters under the left side of the line and settler under the right side of the line. Then print it, cut it out, and paste it on the right hand side of the promissory note. Then make a copy of it and have the copy notarized. When you get the notice notarized, the signatory should look like this on the one I have on the screen. If you can't locate your promissory note, request a copy from the bank. If they don't give you a copy, make your own. Record with the county deeds office, all right? We always give them 10 days, all right? And when they don't respond, certified mail, you prepare the notice of default. This document is the entering and the charge to the notary public who is acting as a deputy superior court clerk. You take this document to the notary, notarize it, and have the notary start a notarial protest. If the respondents do not answer in 10 days, the notary will notice them again to give them one more opportunity. Then the notary will issue a certificate of reconveyance, which is considered a default judgment. Notice of breach by a notary public. Now we go through the process called a notarial protest. A very powerful process that will create a witness against the respondent through a public official. Following is the definition of a notary public according to Black Laws Dictionary 6th edition. It is important to know why you need to use a notary public. Notary public, a public officer whose function it is to administer oaths, to attest and certify by her or his hand an official seal certain classes of documents in order to give them credit and authenticity in foreign jurisdictions, to take acknowledgement of deeds and other conveyances and certify the same, and to perform certain official acts, chiefly in commercial matters such as the protesting of notes and bills, the noting of foreign drafts, and marine protests in cases of loss or damages. One who is authorized by the state or federal governments to administer oaths and to attest to the authenticity of signatures, Black 6th edition. Notary public, a legal practitioner, usually a solicitor who attests or certifies deeds and other documents and notes or protest dishonored bills of exchange. Secretary of the State, Deputy County Clerk functions. Each clerk of the Superior Court shall deputize the Secretary of State and the Secretary's designates or deputy county clerks of the Superior Court solely for the performance of the Superior Court clerk's function. So, it is important. It is important to have things notarized. You need to understand the position of a notary. A notary is really the second highest official in office. The first is the Secretary of State. Because with the Secretary of State, that's where you get permission to be a legal business, because everything is commerce. So the Secretary of State calls the shots in commerce, and then the notary says it is what it is. They say this document is real, they can certify it. They say this bill is real, they can certify this affidavit is real. But when you get deep down with it and you start moving millions and trillions, that's when you use the banker's signature guarantee with your bank, all right? But we'll just stick with the notary right now. Understand what bills of exchange are, all right? And with bills of exchange, you need to have the notice of bills, minutes, charging, tickets, notes. You got to certify the reconveyance. So, I got the actual reconveyance that we actually sent. And you're going to send this to every bank, starting with the first bank, and if they sold it, you do it with that bank too. And then Fannie Mae or whoever else is involved, all right? All parties involved. I, Malik Kilam, herein settler, state the facts contained herein are true, correct, complete, and not misleading to the best of my personal knowledge. I am creditor for the legal fiction, Malik Kilam, in all capitalized letters. Organization number, you can put your social. And we're prepaid exempt status as evidence by our holding companies used to C1 document as the testimony of the Secretary of State within our state. And we put that we signed for the deed of trust that's recorded within the county herein as borrower, and we was named as truster to a trust. You follow me? And this is how it's rocking. And you state the facts. We put what happened with a promissory note, that they have to discharge the debt for the borrower as the truster had with the beneficiary. The trustee inadvertently failed to register the promissory note, all right? And now the security to the beneficiary's agent has evidence that the loan has been discharged for the public record and that the trust has been executed and hereby terminated. The beneficiary has 10 days to record a full reconveyance to the original truster. In the event a full reconveyance has not been recorded, in 10 days herein consents that the settler record the reconveyance in the beneficiary's behalf. That's how you break it down, because they're doing all fraud. Everything is fraudulent. Now, when you start understanding these things and understanding what's going on with real estate, you can tie this in with your status correction, right? And here's why I say this. So check out this deed of reconveyance. And this is part of another status correction. So check this out. Acknowledgement, acceptance, and deed of reconveyance. I'm not trying to confuse you. I just need you to know that you come from the land, you're considered land, and when you go into the water, you're lost at sea. This is how they get control and power over you, okay? via paperwork. I, the living man, Malik Kilam, being of age, of sound mind, and in good health, free of all the rest or improper consideration, hereby acknowledge, accept, and reconvey my given lawful trade name, Malik Kalam, to the land and soil of the state, my native state, together with all my derivative names, and all other variations, however styled, punctuated, spelled, ordered, or otherwise represented as pertaining to me and my estate, and hereby declare the permanent domicile on the land and soil of whatever state. All prior powers of attorney, all other prior presumed or granted executiveships, guardianships, and agency relationships are terminated and revoked effectively with my natural birth date, as I elect to be recognized as the sole living owner, executor, beneficiary, and agent of my name and estate since my 21st birthday. And then you sign it and get it notarized. So I just need you to know, when you study real estate and you're understanding what's going on with property on real estate, you'll understand what's going on with you on the private side, what's going on with your name as a business on the private side. And if you study Series 7 training things of those nature, you'll understand what's really going on. You'll understand what's really going on. So I don't want to get off topic, but we send them letters, a notice of breach. There's a lot of different things I do first before I do the full reconveyance. We're going to dispute the debt starting off. We always dispute the debt starting off. You have to understand that. We always dispute the debt. We dispute all their claims. And we tell them to prove their authority. We need full accounting, full bank keeping. We need full accounting, full bank keeping. But we're always addressing the CFOs of all these companies too, all right? CFOs, CEOs. Notice of breach is because they didn't follow our request, non-acceptance. We create our own certificate of reconveyance, and then we put this on file with the county deeds office. We created a substitution of trustee for full reconveyance, including with the bank, and we put this on file with the public records. And then the next steps will you have to let the Secretary of Treasury know everything of what's going on. And with the land patent, when you do the land patents, you put that on with the Department of Interior. And then you always, when you're disputing it and you're talking to the CFO, you tell them to give you your statement of accounts, non-negotiable chargeback. All right, and give you your statement of accounts pursuant to UCC 9-208. And everything comes under conditional acceptance. Everything's going to be discharged through conditional acceptance. Do you understand what conditional acceptance is? All right. There's I got 47 pages. 47 pages. Learning this private side of banking with full reconveyance. The substitution of trustee, if you know how to create your land trust, and who you send them to. You know, you always send it to the Attorney General's office. You send it to the Secretary of Treasury. You send it to the IRS. I even send it to the President. You send it to the Director of Homeland Security, Secretary of Transportation, Secretary of State, Director of Secret Service, your State Secretary, your Governor, your local attorney generals, your county attorneys. You let all of them know. You forward copies to all these people so everybody knows. And then the Department of Interior. But starting off, if you're getting rid of a mortgage, get rid of a mortgage. Starting off, you're gonna want to send a dispute letter to the actual banks that started the mortgage, that traded the mortgage, Fannie Mae, all of them people. You do the consumer complaint with the Secretary of the State. You do the federal criminal complaint with the district courts. You do an investigation with your attorney generals, your local attorney generals. You do a claim and constructive and legal notice with the Department of Treasury. You do your lis pendens with the certificate of service with the superior courts. And then you assess the tax with the IRS, utilizing the forms 1041, Form 1066, Form 1099A, and your 1099 OID with the cover letters. And all your rights are always reserved per UCC 1-308. And as I said, if you find this information valuable, make sure you leave a donation via Cash App, Secured Party Credit, Secured Party Credit. Or you can go to donkalam.com/donate. But the Cash App is Secured Party Credit. You can send it to 407-274-5161. Make sure you text membership or classes and learn how to become a member to 407-274-5161. Classes will start back up first week of December. But yes, man, if you want everything that I'm going over today, make sure that you send me a donation. $10 is better, man. Put your email in the memo box. Cash App, Secured Party Credit, SECURED Party PARTY Credit CREDIT. I'm going in detail. I'm about to have a class. Going in detail. I haven't put that up on the I haven't put it up on the website yet. But yes, every Friday and Saturday of January, I'm gonna have a 10-day class, step by step, and it will be recorded. It's gonna be a 333 donation for mortgage and redemption and foreclosure prevention online course and webinar. All right, that starts in January. Now, somebody asked for $10. The $10 will be, you put your email address in the memo boxes if you want the information I just went over today. If you want the information where I just read from, all the information about the full reconveyance, all right? I'll give you the full reconveyance package, all right? So you can learn how to reconvey your property. Send me $10. I'll make sure you get that within the next 24 hours. Make sure you do it within the next 24 hours, all right? Just put color law discussion, $10 with your email address in the memo box. But yes, I do have a 10-day class in January. It's going to be every weekend in January. It's going to be mortgage redemption and foreclosure prevention online course and webinar. It's going to be $333 donation. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you hit your boy up for that at Secure Party Credit. Put your email address in the memo box, all right? And I'm going to make sure I got a whole package I'm putting together for you from start to finish. Someone asked about the Rural Development Finance Office. I'm sure they get permission from the Department of Interior, because that's where we put our land trust. I got land trust agreements. I got deed of trust. I got all that. Like I help people on a regular. I got more foreclosures and mortgages cases than I do anything. Yes, he said I'm iced out. These are permanents too. I met Paul Wall today too. If y'all know who that is, man. Met Paul Wall. Already met Johnny Chain. You know, salute to the squad, man. They got me together. You know, check me out. I was in there today, man. But yeah, man, I'm busy. So if you ain't talking money, then keep it pushing. You follow me? I do enough. She said, how much is the land trust class? I'll be going over that in January. That's $333. Mortgage redemption, foreclosure prevention. That all has to do with land trust agreements, all of that. Yeah, man. Once you get approved for a mortgage, then the land is already yours. Once you get approved for a mortgage, you need to understand the land is yours. They're saying the land is yours. You follow me? That's what a lot of people don't understand. Check me out, though. I'm icy. I put all this in a trust. Somebody said, "Let me see your gum lines." Don't see no gum lines for my shit together. I know what you talking about, bruh. Drop that bread on my shit. Yeah. And listen, I'm trying to show y'all this stuff because I put it in a trust. The trust is important. Everything is trust law and contract law. All right? Trust law and contract law. If you go to donkilam.com, all right, and go to blogs for success, right? They got the secret meaning of mortgage on there. But what I want to go over is the 10 rules of commerce. 10 rules of commerce. You can only control what you create. You can only control what you create. You cannot control what you did not create. You cannot control what you did not create. All commerce is based upon a allodial title. All commerce is based upon a allodial title. The allodial title with land would be the land patent and the land trust. You follow me? The land patent and land trust. The land trust is going to be the beneficial owner. See, what happens is they reconvey the land patent and turn it into a property description. It went from land to property. You follow me? Went from land to property. I'm going to say it again. It went from land to property. So there's no more land patent. Now it's a property description. They took it from the fact to the fiction. You follow me? You come from the land. You come from the earth. So when you get labeled black or white, they stripped away your mother. They stripped away your nationality. They stripped away your heritage. They stripped away your culture. This is important to know. This is important to know. The only true title to anything is the MSO, or the Manufacturer Statement of Origin. When you register anything, you give up true title because Regis means king. When you register anything, you give up true title. Register, Regis, register, Regis. Regis means king, okay? So you're giving it to the crown. There is no money, just fiat currency and credit. There's no money, just fiat currency and credit. All right? There's no involuntary servitude. So there's no slavery. There's no involuntary servitude. You have to agree to it. All right? Or you get yourself into these contracts. First in line is first in time. See, the SBC process, people think that's the UCC1, okay? No, it's not. UCC1 is a lien, and then UCC1 is just evidence of a lien. You follow me? So who we have do our actual lien would be the holding company that we're executive officers of, own, nothing, control everything. The courts ain't gonna recognize a live man in the courtroom. They can't even deal with you. They can't do business with you. But they can deal with corporations. Because all courts are tax courts. According to my knowledge and belief, when I look up 28 USC 3002 subsection 2, all courts are tax courts unless they're created by Congress. Number 9, do not interfere with commerce. Number 10, do not allow anything to come between you and your higher power, because law is contract and contract is law. Do not allow anything to come between you and your higher power. Your higher power is your higher self. When people say they have ideas from God, this comes from your higher self. Who are you plugged into? Who is your higher, your inner being? What source is that plugged into? What's empowering that? What's fueling that light? What's fueling that flame? What's fueling that fire within you? What is your life purpose? Where are you leading yourself? Okay? When you figure these things out, can't nothing stop you. You follow me? When you start planning out your life and having a clear-cut direction, clear-cut goal, where it is you want to be in life, and then start focus on your future generations. All right? You're here. You're here to leave your legacy to your great grandkids. Because you don't even know who you're. Most people I talk to don't even know who their third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh generations up are. But these white folks, these so-called white folks, know who their great grandparents are, because they're still living out their goals and purposes. What did your ancestors live for? You follow me? This is why it's important to understand what's going on with the fraudulent game. So once you do, it's okay to go ahead and get a mortgage. Get a mortgage, but learn how to get yourself out of it and change the contract within a couple days. You got 3 days to change the contract, and then you ain't got to even fight their ass. You follow me? You ain't even got to fight their ass. Hey, I proved the fraud. This is what it is. Hey, give me my down payment back. Give me my shit. That's what it is. But hey, you can always go back. Look what Nunk Pro Tunk is. Nunk Pro Tunk. We can always go back now for them. We can always go back from the beginning of time. So even if you're in a mortgage, it's not too late. Even if you're in a foreclosure process, it's not too late. We can go get your shit back. Because that's what it is I do. This is what it is I do. Hey, we're here to grow together and grow old together. You feel me? We're here to grow together and grow old together. That's what it is, man. I'm a king. Prosperity is your birthright. You're a king. You came from royalty too. I've learned from you guys. You guys are the ones who make me better. You guys are the ones that was asking me the questions, and I had to find the answers to. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate everything that DonKilam.com has led me to. Real shit. I get to chill with. I can chill with anybody I want in life now. You follow me? I can do anything I want in life now. Real shit. It's just all because I was helping out you guys. And you guys was like, hey, listen, man, I learned from y'all. That's just what it is. Learn, study, learn what it is. Learn who you are. Know that prosperity is your birthright. Do not stress it. Challenges happen in life. You need to understand that. Challenges happen in life. Don't stress out. When you stress out, you can't think. You need clarity. You need clarity. Wisdom comes from the Most High. So if you can, when you ask yourself something out loud, that's asking when you pray, that's asking your higher power something. When you meditate, that's how you receive the answers. So I promise you, whatever you're seeking is already seeking you. You led yourself to it so you can get through it. You can't go over it. You can't go around it. You can't go under it. You got to go through it. Real shit. So that's what it is. Much peace and love, prosperity is birthright. With that amount, man, December, we're going to be having 1 and 2 hour classes. We get into it. Shout out to all the members. that been signing up, man. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all the donations as well. I appreciate everybody that's been signing up. And man, we got like 400 or 500 people that signed up and got the vaccine exemption from DonKilam.com. So let's go to DonKilam.com, check it out. Make sure you leave a donation. DonKilam.com/donate, or the Cash App is SecuredPartyCredit. With that amount, man, but the vaccine exemption is free. Go to DonKilam.com. You can get that vaccine exemption for them. Much peace and love. Prosperity is your birthright.